Hey everyone, Reid Henrichs, Valor Ridge. I'm going to show you a rifle course of fire today, a qualification, patrol rifle qualification. This is a good course of fire. It covers all the bases. I'm going to describe the stages and then shoot them for you. Just want you to know my wife just shot this target here the past 9 out of 10 stages. She's only a 10th over on one of the times, but the accuracy is all there. So this is her target, not mine. She doesn't like to be on the camera, but the thing is that it's a very doable course of fire. So when I shoot it for you, I'm going to show you all the way up to the par times. I'm going to intentionally take the amount of time that it takes, maybe just a little under, a little over, but she passed all under par, 9 out of 10 stages, and all the accuracy is there. So the hits were all there. This is a very doable course of fire. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Talk you through a course of fire I like. It's a patrol rifle qualification, or it could be a, qualification for you, or a shooting, see where you stack up in just a simple home defense, neighborhood defense situation. So let's differentiate between a couple of things. I think people confuse things sometimes when it comes to terms. So what we want to look at is qualification that's a course of fire that you should be able to pass at any time, any day, no matter what the situation is. You should be able to pick up your equipment and go out and pass that qualification. It's a minimum kind of standard of where you want to be. When we talk about standards, those are all key tasks that you need to be able to do. And it's not just shooting, it's tasks that cross over into wide applications of things, whether we're doing close quarter stuff, whether we're doing other modules. So standards are important because that's a baseline standard to uphold as well. And then you got shooting tests. Shooting tests are, it's a hard, difficult course of fire, and you got to practice for it. Then you know exactly what it is. Really doesn't have much relevance to training. It doesn't really have much relevance to tactical shooting. It doesn't really have much in reality. It's basically just one of these things where it's like, okay, it's almost like an ego thing. So stay away from tests a lot. I don't really do a whole lot of shooting tests because all it requires is expending ammo and then expending time in order to get up there. It's mechanical stuff rather than functional stuff. So what we're going to focus on today is we're going to focus on this patrol rifle qualification. This can be used for a lot of LE departments out there if you issue patrol rifles for people, but for the private individual as well in a non-LE role, this would be a good course of fire in order to get you, see where your proficiency level is. And what I like about this course is that it covers a lot of bases, all the main positions, standing, kneeling, and prone, various distances. So the first stage that we're going to talk about right here is we're going to be at 100 yards. I always like to think if a rifle, 100 yards is a pretty good place to get a zero, and it's a good place to extend out and get some good marksmanship as well. So the first stage of this course is be at 100 yards, and it's 5 rounds. And so what we're going to do here on this, I'm not going to give you a par for this 100 yards. If you wanted to do a par, 20 seconds would be a good one. But typical, what I'm looking for this stage is, hey, natural point of aim, good prone position, see if your rifle's zeroed, which it should be. If it's not, this will really show you if it is or isn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 5 rounds prone from 100 yards, and I'm going to shoot these to the body. Now on our ridge targets, as you'll see, and these are available in the description box below, what we've got is we've got an 8-inch vitals circle and then a black spine box. That's where we want to try to keep these rounds. So body shots can be in the vitals, but preferably we want to be in that black spine box because that's going to be a much more effective hit. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot 5 rounds. It's easy prone position, natural point aim. No time on this, but as I said, if you wanted to put a par on there, you could do 20 seconds, but it's just pure marksmanship back here. And if you don't have 100, then you could go to 50 yards. I know a lot of ranges only have 50. And then you could just try to shoot, like a bull with a B8 bull and keep them in the black or as tight to center as you can. All right, guys, I shoot this in full kit because, why not? It's slick is slick, but if I run this in full equipment, it's fine. LE guys out there I know got patrol vests on. This would be a good shooting qualification for you to run in your full kit with your patrol rifle. So 5 rounds prone, easy day. All I'm going to do is I'm going to get down and I'm going to get my natural point of aim. Whatever prone you use is up to you. It's a personal decision. Some guys like to come up like this on their elbows. Nothing wrong with that. Some people like to kick their legs out to the side. Nothing wrong with that. I always like facing the target and getting as stable as I can. My establishment-defying magazine rest from the Marine Corps. They said, don't rest the magazine. Well, here you go, Gunny. Right back in your face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my natural point of aim here and 5 rounds. and we'll go on to 50 yards for the next one. All right, guys, so next stage fire, we're gonna be at 50 yards. And this is gonna be 3 shots kneeling. We're gonna start standing, drop into a kneeling position, and we're gonna go 3 rounds to the body. Time for this would be about 12 seconds. What we're really emphasizing here is getting into a good position, locking in a good natural point of aim, and breath control, working those fundamentals, and really trusting your sights and understanding how the sights will move. But I love kneeling position. I think it's a very useful position, one of the most commonly used ones that there is, and you got to be able to shoot that well. So 3 rounds to the body, standing to kneeling, 12 seconds. Plenty of time on this. I tried to get it right at 12, so should be pretty close. Yeah, right there, just 12.3. So I shoot this, guys, to try to get as accurate to the time as we can. Let's go on up to 25. All right, guys, here at 25, start from a low ready, muzzle below your belt buckle. This is gonna be 2 rounds to the body, standing position in 4 seconds. This is a good drill. These are called snaps. You know, we wanna break that first shot right around 2 seconds, reset, get some good time, make another good shot. So 2 rounds standing to the body, 4 seconds. I'll try to hit it right on that 4-second mark.
You ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
Should be real close to 4. Yeah, right there, just under. So about 3 and some change, 3.6, 3.7 right in there. It's perfect. I'm intentionally showing you guys how much time you have. I try to get it as close to that as I can, okay? Try to get you as close to the par as I can. For all you potential instructors out there, it's not how fast or how good you can shoot. It's showing them a proper visual imprint, and it's showing them the task as close to the time as you can make it, whether you're a little under or a little over. We want to get within that time frame for pacing, because they're going to hear you shoot, and if they see you boom boom, then they're going to try to do the same thing. So we really want to try to get as close to that mark as we can. Let's go on up to 15 yards. All right, guys, 15 yards is going to be 1 shot, headshot from a low ready position. This is a 3-second par. It's good enough time, but we want to hit him as plumb center in the face as we can. So from a low ready, 3-second par, 1 headshot. There we go, plenty of time on that. And once again, let your sights stabilize, break a nice clean shot. Now we'll move on up to 10. All right, guys, 10 seconds here. This is 4 rounds to the body, standing from a low ready, 4-second par. We really want to track the sights down there. We got plenty of time to bust this dude's spine up. So we want to shoot intentional, be patient, let those sights come back down. 4 rounds, 4 seconds to the body from a low ready at 10 yards. Should be there right at 4 seconds. Yeah, just four and some change. So as we're shooting this, guys, like it's you see the pacing is good. Very intentional, very minimal recoil with a good stance. So that is good enough to service somebody. So take your time and be patient. And as I said, if you guys teaching out there, firearms instructors, law enforcement, and private, whatever, we want to make sure that when we're demoing this, that we're as close to that time as we can. Either just a little under, just a little over. You should be a 1/10 or 2/10 away at all times. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. The par is 4. 2/10 of a second is going to show them the appropriate pacing. So I want you to really demonstrate, and demonstration quality means that you have to shoot for them rather than to show them how fast can I do this. So once again, it's all about appropriateness. All right, guys, 7 yards here. This is going to be 2 rounds to the body, and we're going to do about 2 seconds. All right, so you know, we should really be able to present and shoot in about a second, and then reset, take another good second to make a good shot, rather than shooting a bunch of rounds that are marginal. Have a couple really good ones. So once again, 2 rounds to the body, 2 seconds. I'll try to get as close as I can for you. That should be right at 2. I bet it's right on the money. And sure enough, there we go, right there at 207. So once again, guys, I'll keep making this point for you. We want to get as close to this as possible when we're showing other people how to do this. It's easy to break, you know, these times. These are not difficult times. But when we're teaching, really pace yourself, slow down there. All right, guys, this is going to be 2 body, 1 head, standard Mozambique drill. And we get about 3 seconds here. Once again, we just did 2 rounds in 2 seconds. So it would therefore be logical to add for another second for that extra headshot. So 2 body and 1 head will allow for good marksmanship and its minimal number of rounds to be effective here. Okay. Plenty of time on that. I tried to imagine what 3 seconds was, but you can see how controlled that is. We have to see our sights every shot and be controlled on that. All right, guys, it's gonna be 7 yards, multiple targets. We're gonna go 2 body of our target, 2 rounds to another target. So 2 body, switch targets, 2 more. So multiple targets here. The key is taking your time, and the other key is letting your sights come back down. Plenty of time on that, guys. Real easy there. So we got plenty of time to go from one to the other. The key is going to be just smooth movement across the board. All right, guys, we come up to 5 yards now. So this is, 7, 5. These are room-sized engagements that we'd be focused on. So 5 yards here, we're going to focus on. We're going to go 5 rounds to the body, and we get 3 seconds to do it. And we're closer, so we can speed up just a little bit. We still want to be in control, and we still want a nice smooth presentation. But 3 seconds for 5 rounds with your rifle, plenty of time to do this, and we want to make sure that we're pulling it in tight here. That should be right on the money, guys. And what we're looking at right there at 3.2. Once again, guys, we are looking to shoot demonstration quality stuff, and I'm doing this so that you guys go out and pass this yourself to show you the times. Pretty easy stuff. It's not overly difficult, but I want to make sure that you're really emphasizing technique and proper visual demonstration. All right, guys, last stage right here. This is going to be 1 headshot here from 5 yards, 1.5 seconds. And we really want to emphasize coming up on target, making a good shot. Okay. So as you can see, guys, that's right there at once again, 1-3. So as I mentioned throughout the video, we want to be just right under or just right over when we're showing people this. If you guys want to just shoot this for your own personal skill development, try to get under that time. But if we come out here and we burn it down and it's like, okay, I got to shoot that fast, that's the wrong thing that we're trying to do. But I wanted to show you that this is a very easy course of fire, or at least a moderate course of fire for people just getting started. And it's a good thing to work on, because what we're doing here is, you probably want to see the target. Let's go check these out. So there's my target, guys. We got them all in the spine box right there. Headshots are all right where they need to be. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Although on these body shots, you could be out here in the vitals on some of that stuff, but we really want to keep it as tight to that center as possible. So, what we're looking for, and that's all irons, guys. So, what we're looking for is consistency in our shooting and repeatability. And I wanted to show you this course of fire because I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, okay, well, we've got our Valor rifle standards, and those can be a difficult course of fire for most people. I'd say if I took 100 shooters, there may be one guy at most that's going to be able to pass those under time and accuracy standard. But for a lot of other people, the core skills that we need to work on, the core skills that we need to address is going to be our main shooting position: standing, kneeling, prone. The main things we're going to have to work on is smooth presentation, getting into nice position, and of course consistency, fundamentals across the board. That's what we need to do. So remember, guys, if you're going to shoot this for your own shooter development, focus on accuracy first and then beating the time next. If you guys are going to go out and teach people, shoot it as close to that time as you can, so that people can not only listen to that cadence of fire, but also see a proper visual imprint. And that's really what this is all about. So it's all about fundamentals and always going back to basics, and you can do this. And the thing is, guys, we don't need to shoot a lot of rounds. That course of fire I just shot right there, 1 magazine, it's 30 rounds. It's 30 rounds, that's it. So you could run this, if you had a couple magazines, you could run this a couple of times, and you get a nice course of fire, and you get a nice consistent base, and a lot of things to work on. I've got other drills like this in my books, and also if you come out to our classes, our rifle or pistol classes, we'll show you a lot of cool drills, how to develop yourself without making a bunch of brass on the ground. It's just one of these things where I think high round count stuff, I think a lot of times can be detrimental. So we want to use minimal number of rounds, accomplishing maximum number of things that we can do. If you found the information in the video helpful, go ahead and follow me on social media in the description box. And if you want to come on out and get some good training, we'd love to have you in class. This is Reid Henrichs, Valor Ridge, reminding you, lessons that we learn, written on the tombstones of others. We'll see you on the ridge.